Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are on a Thursday morning, and it's after another fantastic prayer meeting last night. And I never know what's going to happen, but we know something's going to happen. So it's so encouraging to meet with the Lord and be overcome by His presence, and be encouraged in His presence, and be healed in His presence, and all of that. It's all about His presence. It's all about the highest pinnacle of our relationship with Him is worship. And it's so great to have opportunity to gather to worship like that. Man. So we're reading through parts of Matthew today, Matthew 20, 21. And that's chapter 20 and chapter 21. And here it starts off, again, Jesus is describing the kingdom and gives this parable of a vineyard owner who goes out and hires people to work in the vineyard first thing in the morning. And he hires throughout the day, right up to the last hour. The last people work about an hour in the vineyard. And he promised the first workers a denarius for the work. And so it came to the end of the day, and it came time to pay them. And he paid the first people, or the last people hired, he paid them first. And he gave them a denarius. So the people who had been working out in that field all that time in the hot sun saw them being paid a denarius and thought, hey, we're going to get paid more. But each group, no matter how long they worked in the vineyard, were paid a denarius. And the first ones hired were complaining. And the owner said, what's your problem? It's my money. I can do with it what I want. Didn't I promise you a denarius? And you received a denarius. And Jesus says, in the kingdom, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Now, you got to understand, the kingdom is not based on the principles of this world. It isn't. This world is a fallen world and cannot possibly understand the righteousness and the perfection of the kingdom. The love, the compassion, the grace that is involved in the kingdom. And we can't judge our Father on the principles of this world. Because it doesn't work. He's not part of that. And the kingdom is based on the Father's heart. The principles of the kingdom are based on Father's heart. So to understand the kingdom, you really need to understand a Father's heart. And if you can understand a Father's heart, then you will freely, you'll be able to freely express yourself, freely be able to work, freely be able to celebrate as a citizen of the kingdom, as a son in the kingdom. If not, you're gonna find a lot of things that appear to be unjust, but are based on justice, the justice of our Father's heart. And you know you're in the right place. You know your heart is right when you can see people who are just newly into the kingdom, who are receiving things that it took you years and years to receive. But it doesn't matter. The fact that it's being poured out on them today is a time of celebration, because we're supposed to have that Father's heart for people. It doesn't matter what we went through to get to that place. What matters is that people get to that place. That's what matters. It doesn't matter whether we've been working out in the vineyard for hours and hours and hours, or sunburnt and all this sort of stuff, and other people come in and receive exactly what we have, and they didn't have to go through what we went through. It's not for us to even question that sort of thing. It's for us to celebrate. If you're questioning that sort of thing, you know that your heart's not in the right place. But if you're celebrating it, if you're celebrating the victories of your brothers and sisters, if you're celebrating the blessings of your brothers and sisters, then you know that you really have a solid walk with the Lord. If you're questioning those things and something's amiss, you're believing some kind of lie there from the enemy. The enemy has planted some seed in your life that is causing you to have a blockage so that you can't see the kingdom. See, we were told that we need to become like children, to enter into the kingdom, to see the kingdom. And right now, if you're filled with jealousies and envies over what other people are receiving, then you You aren't the child you're supposed to be. You're not seeing the kingdom. You're judging things according to the principles of this world. Hey, you're too beautiful for that. You're just too well put together for that. I'm telling you, that's not where the Lord wants you. He's designed you to be in a much better place. So just move over into that place. Just drop those things. Just drop those things. Even if maybe you don't understand, it doesn't matter. Just move over into that place and celebrate Him, because man, He's good. He's good. You didn't deserve what you got, and you got it anyway. So let's celebrate what everybody else is getting. You have a blessed and wonderful, encouraging day. God loves you. He's with you. He never leaves you. He never forsakes you. You share that body with Him. And yeah, ask Him what He wants you to do today. And you might be surprised. God bless.